Hello, it's Lauren Layfield, and you're listening to Your Next Podcast. This is a podcast that brings you a different series every single week, helping you find your new favourite show. Now, if you've not watched The Traitors, I know everyone said this to you, but where have you been? I genuinely think it's one of the best TV shows of recent years. And if you watched this year's series, you'll know all about the villainous antics of Harry Clark and Paul Gorton. They were a set of naughty, naughty boys. And these two traitors have a particularly well-named podcast out right now. It's called Harry and Paul Are Devious. Each week, they'll be looking at a different foiled crime and discussing how they would have pulled it off. And in this episode, this is a right flashback. It's all about the Millennium Dome heist. Do you remember that?
But if I weren't in the army, I must have been a diamond heist robber in my past life or something.
Oh, mate, we probably both were.
You know when you're going to bed or something, you think about everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, my thing is thinking about how I would escape prison if I was in prison.
Really?
How I'd pull off a heist. The way I say my plan, do not come at me after, because I'm scared the police are going to come hunt me down. Mate, like I said, I think about these things. Oh, you know what the vault code access is? Oh, do you like porn star martinis?
Oh, did you watch The Traitors?
Oh. And then it leads on from that to that, because then you've got someone inside.
Welcome to the first episode of Harry and Paul Are Devious.
The show where two of the country's most lovable liars, that's us, take on some of history's craziest crimes. I'm Harry Clark.
And I'm Paul Gorton. Every episode, us two dastardly dons will put our treacherous nature to the test as we look back at how some of the world's most infamous crimes have hilariously gone wrong. Then we devise our own schemes to pull them off ourselves. We'll talk you through where it all went wrong for the original crooks and how we'd go about succeeding where they failed.
So, if you've ever wondered how to pull off an elaborate art heist, the best way to spend some ill-gotten gains, or even how to get away with paying for your weekly shop with Monopoly money, fear not, we're here to help. Kind of.
That's right, because Harry and Paul are devious.
Yeah, man.
Right then, mate. So I'm going to kick us off.
Talk to me. What's today's crime that we are chatting about?
So I'm going to take you back to before you were born, when you were just a lovely little idea in your mum and dad's brains. And we're going to go back to the year 2000, and we're not talking about Kylie Minogue spinning around. Do you remember Kylie Minogue? Do you know Kylie?
Yeah, Padam.
Do you?
Padam.
Padam.
I've seen her in real life, actually.
Right, so you got Kylie Minogue spinning around crop tops, or the first person to win the big jackpot on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
You just won $1 million.
God, was that in the year 2000? Fucking hell. So we're going to go to the newly opened and one of the worst ideas in British history, the Millennium Dome.
The Dome. One amazing day. 1 year only. Call 0870 606 2000 or visit National Lottery retailers for tickets.
People lost their minds back then. You weren't here.
Yeah, I weren't.
Mate.
I was growing, though. I was a big boy, I was growing.
You were on your way, but 1999, people thought, have you heard of the Millennium Bug?
Yeah.
Mate, people thought because it's 99 in calendars and it goes to 00, that the world was literally going to end.
Yeah.
That's no shit. Like, people genuinely thought there's the Millennium Bug. When New Year comes around, everyone is going to die.
Yeah, I remember I've seen some stuff, obviously. I'm one of them weirdos that, like, you know, when I sit there on my own time, I just read up on my TikTok For You page. Is nothing like trends and dances. It's just crazy stuff, like Henry VIII killing all of his wives, this and that. But then it also has all of the when the world was supposed to end, and obviously 2000 was one of the big years where there was going to be meteors, the rebirth of dinosaurs, this and that. And instead, I just pop out. I'm like, well, everyone was wrong. But then whenever they're wrong, they just say, oh yeah, but it's going to happen in 10 more years. I feel like
mate.
that's the sort of thing that happens.
No one
nowadays.
knows. I mean, and the last thing that was going to happen is it was like a huge technology failure just because calendars can't even process the idea of going from 99 to 00. Everyone lost their minds, including a gang of fellas from this little pub that were definitely all pissed, and they came up with this mental idea. So I'll give you some background on it. This is the Devious Diamond Exhibition. It's at the Millennium Dome. We're in November 2000, right? So
I was a month away.
were you?
I'm going to be involved. At least I'm not going to be worried about I could be done for whatever I say because I can hold my hands up and say it wasn't me.
Are you sure though? Because even when you were 0 years of age, I bet you were still a pain. So this featured some outrageous jewels on display inside of the Millennium Dome, including the Millennium Star. And honestly, I'm saying this to you now, it sounds like the shittest version of Ocean's 11 that I'm about to describe. So the Millennium Star is a 203 carat gem worth 200 million quid. Amazing. And plenty of priceless blue diamonds were also in there as well. Great. Now, the Flying Squad is basically a bunch of pissed men that are just bored at home.
But they named themselves that.
That's
how you know they came up with it in a boozer, isn't it? That is like a few pints deep.
Yeah.
Oh, what should we call ourselves?
What should we call ourselves? The Flying Squad or what? So, the Flying Squad, they sat
I thought
around.
that was a unit within the London. I thought that's what the London's police call themselves.
Oh shit, it is. That's what they're.
So maybe they've done the same. Yeah, that's even worse.
So there's a bunch of pissed policemen that did the same. Oh, I wonder what the other group are called then. All right, we'll find that out at some point down the line. That shows how great I am at reading bullet points. Right, so the Flying Squad, which is a unit within the Met Police, they received a tip-off about a potential robbery and some suspects, a few of whom were known to the police already. So this already starts at the worst possible place. And they spent a few months gathering surveillance as part of Operation Magician. Now, in February, armed men, these are the pub fellas, tried to pull off a heist of a security van in South London to try and get their hands on 10 million quid. That's a lot of money. I'll go and rob a van. You know, that kind of seems like it makes sense.
What van has got 10 million quid in it?
It'd be one of them silly money vans that goes around. There needs to be a better, if they were just, disguised as a Waitrose van, no one would try and pick it up, would they?
Yeah, I know. It's simple.
Yeah.
Simple things around it. Like, why don't you just put a Tesco van, slap a few Tesco things on it, and then drive around 10 million quid? Who's going to go, that Tesco van who's delivering someone shopping on a Saturday morning has 10 million pound in it?
Yeah, exactly right.
Simple.
No one's going to bother about trying to rob, frozen veg or something, are they?
Yeah, exactly.
That's weird, actually. And now you've got vans going around London that just says money here.
They're just armoured, straight, rob us if you want.
Yeah, so there's a money van. I wonder whether it had £10 million written on the side of it as well. Now, they tried to rob it, but they were foiled because an impatient motorist removed the keys to the parked lorry.
That is such a London thing to do, like no matter the fact that there's a robbery going on, it's they're in my way. I've had enough now. Taking the keys out.
I'll take the keys and throw them down a grid.
Chuck the keys away and just drive off.
So
that is amazing.
Now, the lorry that they had was fitted with a huge metal spike and they planned to use it to smash open a van. Such an old school man way to look at life. Oh, we'll just smash it. Should we try and do a code or should we try and copy a key, use technology? Nah, we're going to smash it, mate. Yeah, with a big spike. Where did they get a big spike from? Anyway, these crooks were the ones that were linked to the Millennium Dome robbery to go and get this £200 million diamond. In a similar attempted robbery a few months later, the robbers did manage to smash into a security van. Well done, lads. But they fled when the police arrived. Police always have a knack of doing that, don't they? Now, they had placed what looked like some homemade mines in the van, but turned out to be painted boxes of Frey Bentost and steak and kidney pies. Although, to be fair, they do look like landmines. Now, serious bit. The robbery itself, honestly...
Wait. So just to make sure, right, these guys have got a 100% record, but 100% at the minute in failing. So they've had 2 attempts.
Yeah, they're shit. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
They are the world's worst robbers, and they can't rob a van.
So now they're going for the big thing.
Yeah, and they've probably all gone in the pub that night. Right, lads, that didn't go well. What went well, what didn't go well? Right, so what should we do next? What about the Millennium Dome, Daniel? That's what they've done. Sorry to anyone that's offended at my London accent, but that's exactly how you talk. The robbery itself happened on the 7th of November. Right, ready for this. 200 police officers were involved in Operation Magician. I'd say that's too many. Now, many of them were disguised as Dome employees and cleaners. The gang crashed a digger through the perimeter fence and the side wall of the Dome. They got inside of the vault and got very close to breaking the glass between them and the diamonds. But crucially, this is the mad bit, the diamonds were replaced with replicas. They were going through all this for replicas because the police knew that it was coming. Now, the police waited, this is awful, they waited until they were inside of there, then jumped in and arrested them. They also arrested a man on a high-powered boat in the Thames. Now, listen, mate, I've seen a picture of this boat. It's a rubber dinghy. It's a little tiny white boat that's 100 quid. It's 100 euros.
Fisherman's boat.
Mate, honestly, you know when you go to Spain and you go to like the little ports and there's like, it's a pedalo and it's got an engine on the back of it. This is what this fella was in.
You just see a London gangster spinning his legs as fast as he can.
Pedal! Right, the gang members were tried a year later and they all received various sentences. One thing to note is one of them bought the speedboat for £3,700 cash under the name T. Diamond. I mean, it's just embarrassing. It's the shittest Ocean's 11 I've ever heard in my entire life. If the heist succeeded, then they would have gotten away with the equivalent of £627 million worth of diamonds.
That is absolutely mental.
Now, just a bit. The police, these lads, they're all in the pub. They're all probably pissed. Why didn't the police, when they were watching them do it, they could have interjected at any point. Now, if I was the police, I would have gone over to them and gone, lads, come here. Yeah. Everyone get in. I know that you're going to go and do that. Right, piss off. Go home to your wives. But instead, they've watched them the whole time. I feel sorry for the fellas.
Yeah.
The police were naughty doing that.
Like you're in school, you know, you're back in school and the teacher just comes over and just stop.
Yeah.
Just chill out.
Lads.
Could have done that, yeah.
On your little boat. And when they were on this JCB trying to knock the wall down, there's 4 of them inside of the JCB. It'd be like a clown car with just these men just all squashed inside of the top. It's so sad.
I know. They must have, well, they were doing it so they could put them away for longer, wouldn't they? But I mean, I'm one of them weirdos, you know that, like I said, my TikTok is absolutely mental.
Yeah.
And I watch loads of crime stuff all the time. And bearing in mind, I was minus 1 month when this happened.
No.
Because obviously I wasn't born
Oh, yeah,
yet.
of course you were.
I have watched a whole video on this.
Yeah.
And the funniest thing I think about it all was when they tried them 2 armoured raids on the armoured vans, right? They had used a spike for each time.
Oh, shit.
And on the first one, they had named the spike a female name called Ginty. And they had painted the spike Ginty. But then, like, the police were really confused because of the way they execute their plan. So they didn't execute it because they didn't steal no money. But the way they had set it up, so when they had left, obviously they lost the keys, they left. They had laid the cars with petrol, so then they could set it all on fire.
Oh.
So it was all in smoke, so then they couldn't be caught.
Clever.
But then they go and do the second van, and they name the spike Ginty number 2. So the police must be looking at this like, I wonder who's done this one, yeah? They've named the spike Ginty and Ginty number 2.
Oh, God, these thieves are never clever, are they?
Mate, I mean, it's you only ever hear of the ones that get caught, don't you? And sometimes like these,
That's
when
true,
you hear of
actually.
them getting caught, I do always wonder, like, I wonder how many smart criminals there are out there. Because surely if they're that smart, you would never have...
You never hear of them,
You'd
right?
never hear of them.
Yeah, that's true.
So, like, I mean, you could be a criminal.
Well,
I mean, you strike me.
I guess maybe we both are. But then I think this is quite a good thing that we're doing to help thieves.
Yeah, help thieves.
Which is what we want to do, basically.
I don't know whether that's good or bad. I don't know whether that's a good or bad thing. But yeah, no, I think the whole way through. And then because you think they've named the spikes them names, and then he's gone and bought a boat under the name T Diamond. Like, how do you... Like, what are you thinking when that's going through your head?
Oh my God, it's bananas. The problem is as well, mate, is these fellas, they've gone and got the boat. I read that they spent 20 grand in total trying to rob this 200 million. So they actually were down on the
So
whole
where did they
investment.
get that money from? That's what I'm trying to work out.
Mate, all they needed to do was just go and buy a house and wait 10 years. They'll probably make £500,000 or something.
Yeah, true.
In 2000, you could buy a flat in Chelsea in 2000 for £250,000.
No way.
Yeah, of course you could. It's probably worth £1 million now, £2 million.
Now I'm living through the bloody life crisis of trying to get on the property ladder myself.
Oh, mate, we'll never ever be able to buy a house unless we go and rob a £200 million diamond.
Don't, man. Since growing up, I've always said to myself, you know what? Sometimes I do just want to go prison and stuff to see if I can break out. Like, you never tempted to just be like, send me to prison quick. I just want to see if I can break out real quick.
Yeah, my darkest fantasy is being.
I don't know. Wait. How dark are we going? Be careful.
No, I'm clothed in this one, but I always want to be on the run. I always want to be caught, like doing that race across the world or wherever it is. Mate, we need to do that at some point.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
I don't know. I've always, like you said, you know, when you're going to bed or something, you think about everything.
Yeah.
My thing is thinking about how I would escape prison if I was in prison, how I'd pull off a heist. Yeah, I don't know, because I think I grew up on the video games and the movies. That was so like, and obviously for me, I chose the completely other direction, which is obviously amazing. I joined the army because I'd watched the films. But if I weren't in the army, I must have been a diamond heist robber in my past life or something.
Oh, mate, we probably both were.
At about 9:32, a powerboat arrived on the Thames alongside the dome, ready to spirit the robbers away in Bond style. By the time the JCB had broken into the dome, the robbers with gas masks had thrown smoke bombs, and some of the visitors noticed the disturbance. By 9:40, the police had surrounded the robbers, overwhelmed them with a show of force, and arrested them.
So, right then, Harry, you've heard all about what people have called the crime of the millennium, even though I don't even think it'd hit the top 1,000. So how would you go about stealing some of the priceless diamonds from the dome?
Well, just before, I just want to say, for a PG tip or whatever, no tea, but I'm not spilling some tea. So the way I say my plan, do not come at me after, because I'm scared the police are going to come hunt me down. Mate, like I said, I think about these things all the time.
Have you got this, have you?
Firstly, the easiest thing is whenever you're a criminal or you're going to rob something, right? You're always in relationships with your family or your friends or loved ones.
Yeah.
So the first people you need to get rid of are them in your life, which sounds lonely, it sounds hard, but you need to, because as soon as you pull out a crime, when you're investigated, the first person the police go to is your family and friends.
So kill all your family and friends. Oh, sorry, you just don't speak to him.
Basically, just put him in a shed somewhere and forget about him or something. I wasn't going to say kill him.
Oh, shit, sorry, I thought you meant
But
kill
I mean,
them
you
all.
can if you want to, but...
Yeah. That's a bigger crime, actually, isn't it?
That's probably a crime.
Maybe don't do that.
Yeah, maybe don't do that. But then, secondly, I mean, it's lay low. You got to lay low for a while. I mean,
That's
why are you
it.
pulling off 2 armoured vans
with
the same name on the spike and then looking to go and do an even bigger heist? If you've messed up on them 2, you're a bit like, all right, I need to give that a break. I need to go back to work down in Chippy or something.
Yeah, get a job.
Yeah,
Let's get a job.
Just for a bit, get a job. You've also, again, these things you've got to mask, right? So if you're going to rob something like this, you need to have excuses and you need to have different solutions to different problems of what the police may arise and where were you at this time and why were you there?
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to pick up some wood from the lumberjack, do you know what I mean? But instead you're going to have a meeting with a farmer to hide all the money underneath his farm, do you know what I mean?
Oh, I like that.
So, yeah.
That's like gentleman style.
I know, yeah.
Oh,
but that's the easiest thing. I mean, these people as well, when I've read up on it, were actually being watched for 9 months. So they were already caught before they started.
Exactly.
So they were linking up, meeting up, talking about this diamond heist when there was a police officer, there was a geezer in the bush just watching them thinking, yeah, that sounds good, like watching their every move. I don't know why you would... Firstly, for me, if I was running a crime organisation, I don't know if I could talk.
Only if.
I'm not, obviously.
Hypothetically.
But, you'd be underground. You'd be somewhere that you couldn't be seen.
Of course you would.
Because also, I couldn't be one anyway because I'd have too much paranoia. Like, I don't know if I can trust you, but like, it's that feeling of there's always someone on the inside or the outside.
Yeah.
So you never know if someone's working for you or against you. I don't know if I don't know if I'd have enough people I could trust.
Yeah, you need a small group.
Like this one, I think there was definitely like, how did they get the leak of The
I know,
gang.
who tipped off the police?
Yeah, mate, there's definitely someone involved. There always is.
But they're discussing it in a pub.
They are discussing it in a pub.
And you
yeah,
know
I
that
guess
lads
so.
are loud when they chat
And
in
I
the
mean,
pub.
they did leave one of the motors on one of the sites of the second armoured car.
Yeah.
They left in, and then that car was found on the farm where there was a group of 6 people, I think, who were all known criminals. So the police are sat there going, oh, I wonder what's going on here. I wonder what they're chatting about. Do you know what I mean?
It's not very clever, is it, what
Yeah.
they've done?
So we've got that anyway. So yeah, me, get rid of all my family and friends,
Yeah.
sat them all off,
Okay.
lay low for a bit, just get a normal job.
That's
So I'm
clever.
just a loner, just got a job,
Yeah.
just don't like people, don't
Normal
like
guy.
social. And then I'd get people in that I knew were trustworthy,
Yeah.
but also don't have any criminal record.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you get someone in who's a known car robber for like 6
Yeah.
years? Why would you get someone in that's been in prison for 16 years? The main guy who ran this organisation had been in prison for 16 years.
No.
So as soon as he's seen in a photo, okay, the police know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
So when they've taken a photo of that farm, they've seen 6 already known criminals. It's easy to like look at them and be like, all right,
so
let's
obvious they're doing
mate,
something.
like, do you know what I mean? It doesn't take a genius to work out, I
Holy
wonder what
shit,
these 6
yeah.
criminals are talking about.
Yeah, of
So
course.
the guy who ran this organisation, Terry, I can't remember his second name. We call
Oh
him
my
Terry
God.
Diamond for now. That's what he likes to call himself. He was in jail for 16 years already, I'm pretty sure.
That's insane, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he didn't
then he
manage to
came out-
escape jail. He didn't do what you could do.
Nah, he just left.
Just did his time
done
and
his
left.
time and left.
Oh my God, so he'd already done time.
Yeah, he'd already done time. Well,
Surely
most
you
of
would
them
come
did.
out and then go, I don't want to
Maybe
ever
this-
go through that again.
Yeah, maybe this career isn't for me.
Yeah.
You would hope that he would say that.
Just go to a call centre, Terry. He's probably got a lot about him.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, he's got some persuasion, isn't he?
He's
You
got
can
a
get-
little bit about him. He's gone through. Write a book.
Yeah, exactly. Author. But yeah, so then we've got the free starts pulling off a perfect diamond heist. Yeah. You've got the cut off from all family and friends,
Yeah.
or just don't have any anyway. That's
Okay.
probably easier. Just be born and then just run away.
Yeah.
Because then when you get to about 16 or 18, no one will ask any questions.
do it early, so
Do it
like
early.
9, 10.
Yeah, you
be
already
like,
know.
I'm going to rob a bank.
Yeah.
I'll start now.
You start now. So you've got 10 years preparation on everyone else.
Yeah, through high school. Don't make any friendships.
Don't make any friends. Just
Yeah,
be that
yeah.
guy who knows that you're going to steal a 350 million diamond.
Yeah, that'd
'Cause
be
then
driven.
Also, you've got 10 years of loneliness. for, like,
Perfect.
to live on a beach with your feet up and cocktails. For the rest
Oh,
of your life.
mate, that sounds like
mean,
the dream.
I mean, that's what I mean. So, yeah, that's the plan anyway.
This is clever.
So then, obviously, you got that step. Then step 2, you're laying low. Got your other, got your other job. Step 3, you got people around you that you can trust now.
Yeah.
And then it's easy. I mean, it's all about planning, isn't it? But the easiest way is to use your charm. You've now been 10 years where you've not explored, right? So you've built up all of this testosterone.
Yeah,
like,
you've
you
got it
wanna
all in
talk,
you.
You've got it all ready to go.
Yeah.
So say if you're robbing the dome,
Yeah.
you want to go in there, you want to be flirty, you want to be charming,
That's
you want to
it.
pull a employee who may
Yeah.
work in the bank.
Oh, you clean the
So
windows, do you? What that? Show
you-
me.
Oh, you know what the vault code access is?
Oh.
Do you like porn star martinis?
Did you watch the Traitors?
And then it leads on from that to that, because then you've got someone inside.
Oh my God, that's so true.
And then as
Oh,
soon
so
as-
get with someone on the inside.
Yeah, basically.
Hey,
And
this
if you
is
do
actually
have a
quite
girlfriend,
clever.
just let her know. I'm not speaking for me, by the way.
No,
My
you are.
girlfriend's watching this. No, I'm not.
You are.
I'm saying, but it's got to be done, right? It's got to be done. You got to make her fall in love with you, or him fall in love with you.
Yeah.
And it's a way easier for a woman. I mean, if you could get a female involved, they could walk in, strut their stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
happy days.
Any man.
But this is
could
like
look-
Bonnie and Clyde, right? You
Yeah.
could both go and do it as a couple.
Exactly.
And couples are a lot closer as well, actually. If I was going to if I was going to do a crime, I would probably do it with Kate.
Would you?
Yeah, I think so. Because I think she's also like on the same level as like,
Wavelength.
you know, dastardliness. Maybe me, you, Anna, and
Cool,
Kate.
don't tell me there's 2 of you. I'm going to be scared of Kate now.
Mate, she's even worse than I am. But let's say that you're inside of the vault.
Yeah.
You've charmed your way in. You're lonely, but that's all right. You're about to come into 200 million quid, so you're going to be flying. How are you going to get into the glass? Because it's thick. So how do we get into that?
Well, I mean, they actually got into the glass too.
Did it's a nail gun
smashed
or
through,
something?
Yeah, so you like with glass. Don't even ask me how I know this stuff. I'm going to get searched.
Yeah, you are.
I'm going to leave here, and why is it MI5 going to be like outside a handcuffs?
I did
like,
see some flashing lights over there, actually. I think that's just
Yeah,
because us are in here.
They used obviously their nail gun, right?
Yeah.
So that heated the glass, the surrounding glass.
Yeah.
And then they just strike one hard blow of a sledgehammer and you're in. It's that simple.
No.
Heat and a hit with glass,
Heat and a
it
hit.
shatters it, doesn't it? So they actually did that part right, which I was quite surprised about.
Yeah.
Because this glass was supposed to withstand a 16 kilo
like a
sledgehammer
proper
for
thing,
half an
yeah.
hour long. All you had to do was little clipper light up, bang,
That sounds
punch
like
through
the
it.
dream. Do you know what? And we're roasting these lads as well. So actually,
Yeah, I know, if they're going to come for us.
fair play. Yeah, I think they're all out now as well. So anyway, I don't live around here, so it's
No,
fine.
are they going to ring me and be like, how do we steal this diamond?
Oh my God, they might recruit us.
Yeah.
Well, let's just say it now. Fair play to them for that bit.
Yeah.
So unlucky on the other bits. Wasn't
so if
very
you need
clever.
recruits,
Yeah.
be recruits.
They're probably sat in the pub now going, we need to invite them boys round here because we want to
seen-
get a
we've
500
seen
million
their
pound
line.
diamond.
Yeah.
It's at the top of the Burj Al Arab in Dubai.
I actually don't know where it is anymore. It was sold to a private auctioneer and it's disappeared.
Was it
It's
really?
still in what they call the Devious. It's
Yeah,
still
De
in that
Beers.
company, which is going off topic randomly. Did you know that someone called Oppenheimer, the Oppenheimer family,
Yeah.
bought 40% of the De Beers? But it's not to do with Oppenheimer.
Not the scientist.
as in the big bomb.
Yeah.
It goes bang.
It's not
It's
to
not-
do with him.
No, so it's really random. What
That
are the
is
chances?
weird, isn't it?
And then in like 2012, they sold it. 5.2 billion. Their stake was in this like jewelry company. So
The
they had a lot of
Oppenheimer
money.
family.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, they could have lost a diamond, really. They could have just.
oh my
Come
God,
on,
they
guys.
could. Yeah,
That
prove that it's
5.2
there.
billion. Yeah.
But I can't see the difference between a real and a fake.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? How on earth would you know that?
Yeah, I know.
Just
I get
save your
scared
money.
when I go to the jewelers and like, I remember I went to the Brits with Anna, obviously, and I had like this mad like diamond necklace, which was
Did
like
you?
worth a lot of money for her. I took it back. They had like their whole spectacles. They were like looking at it, and I was like, "Oh my God, please tell me they're all
No
there." Or,
trust.
like, yeah, I was like, it was the first time I was like building this bomb with them, but yeah, sort of top it. But they were like staring at it like with this like glass, and I was like, "Oh my God, what if he goes, this one's fake?"
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
go, "Well, I don't know." Unless
It's
Anna's
weird,
worse
isn't
than me,
Yeah.
she's been there in the bedroom like with her like sewing kit or something.
Can you
picking out
imagine?
a diamond?
Do you know what's really funny? Like,
Oh, that's why she's moved to Turkey. Left me and like got a villa out there.
and I've not spoken to her for 3 months.
Yeah.
But isn't it weird that it's like when you go in an airport and the drug dogs come over to you and you go, oh my God, have I got drugs on me?
Yeah, yeah.
And then you go, oh, well, I've never done a drug in my life. Like, why would I?
Yeah.
And it's just in case. What if I brush past someone and they've brushed it on my leg or something?
I always feel like someone stitched me up.
Yeah.
I'm always worried that like I've walked down the road and like I'm not a nasty person. But you know, like London traffic, someone's like beeped at you and you've gone, yeah, whatever, mate, like do one.
Oh,
and then they've gone, I'm getting that guy back.
Yeah,
and
I
then
want him.
they've like followed me, hunted me down. And then like planted.
Yeah, they've done something on you.
Planted.
Or they've like swapped
That's what I
Anna's
mean. Look at the
necklace.
paranoia, bro. I'm
Oh my
like-
God, that is paranoia,
I can't
actually.
say F off to anyone. I'm scared he's going to follow me, search me for like 4 years and then plant me. Yeah.
But you, even you saying that now, I'm going best bank robber I've ever spoke to in my entire life. See what I mean? So you've smashed it.
Yeah.
Let's say the police weren't just expecting you to do it like the poor lads, and you have actually got in. What are you doing? How are you escaping? Are you going to speedboat?
I'm chucking it in the sewers.
You're a sewer boy.
Yeah, I'm a sewer boy.
What are you going to do? Are you going to go in the sewer with it though?
Might do.
Poo swim.
Depends. Yeah, depends. Poo swim. Down the poop chute.
That's fine, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you could have like
Because
a.
then also, like, you smell a poo, so no one's going to want to come up to you. You've got like some work clothes down there.
Yeah.
You're down there, you're a poo plumber. I watched a poo doctor on TikTok.
Yeah, yeah, of
Sick.
course, yeah.
Mate with a jet. Just get out, you got poo all over you.
Yeah.
No one's going to want to come near you, but in your pocket, you got £350 million diamond.
Oh my God, yeah. And people would just feel sorry for you.
People would just be
They probably want to help you.
And they'll be like, oh, mate, do you need a lift anywhere? You still,
Yeah, yeah.
Or maybe not, because you stink of poo, but
Yeah,
they might
yeah.
be like,
Might give you a fiver. Gotta get on the bus.
yeah, it might just sort you out.
Oh my God, that's insane. But then people might question you though that you're in a full scuba diving outfit covered in poo.
No, you just wear one of them like doctor poop shoots things.
Oh, so
I'm
you
not
go-
going fully submerged in poo, bro.
Oh,
That's crazy.
I thought like
Oh, you thought
right.
you was going.
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah,
I mean, if
under
you
the
go to the
Thames.
sewers, you've never been in the sewers before.
No, never.
There's like
You spent some time down in the sewers,
I've
did you?
never been.
You've never been in the sewers before, have you?
No, actually, I've never been in the sewers. But I've seen videos, you know, like Ninja Turtles and that. I used
Oh
to love
yeah,
Ninja
oh
Turtles.
Ninja Turtle
So it
style.
only comes
Yeah,
up
yeah,
to like
yeah,
your
yeah.
knees, really.
Yeah, yeah. So you would just find a sewer that goes underneath the Millennium Dome. Yes, you would need some
And
sort
if
of
I
like.
can't get in it, I would just drop the diamond in it, and I'd have someone waiting there, or I'd have
That's
an outfit
clever.
waiting there.
That's clever.
And pick it up, and then I'll just walk out like I'm a normal person.
Anna.
Even though I've just smashed the thing. But then also what I would do is, right, I would have smashed it and then say, maybe not myself, maybe I would have paid off someone to do this.
Yeah.
I would have got them to smash it, drop the diamond in the sewers,
Yeah.
put a replica in their pocket. So in their court, the diamond's court, they've gone to jail. The diamond's thingy, we've got him. They shut their operation down. When the diamond's in the sewers, we take that and we've got 5 hours ahead before they even realise that's the fake diamond. Because they're worried about catching him and everyone else.
Yeah.
So he's taking a hit for doing 4 years, 5 years in prison, but
we'll
he'll
give
be
him
out.
some cash.
He'll be out in 5 years.
Yeah.
So when he gets out, I'll chuck him a couple mil.
Yeah, took it.
Meet me on this beach.
Yeah, or 10 grand, whatever it is. Yeah.
Or just forget.
Or just forget. Yeah, what's he going to say?
Yeah, he's in prison.
Oh, mate, this is absolutely genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he gets caught. There's pandemonium anyway because there's 200 police officers there. Millennium Dome's going wild. London's going wild. And then you and Anna are just on the way down the sewer. And then what do? You're going to pop up and then are we on a boat? And then, because the Thames is thin, which is like, it's a very thin
and you
river.
also have to wait for tides. This is what they were doing as well.
Oh, is that what they were doing? Wait for a
'cause
tide?
the tide every 2 weeks. You have to wait for. It's like every 2 weeks. I think there's a high tide, and you only have 30 minutes to get across.
In the Thames?
Yeah.
There's a tide?
There's a tide. Yeah, bro, it's the sea, isn't it?
Well, it's a river down the middle of London,
It's the
right?
sea. I thought it was the sea.
Well, it goes out.
It's a beach.
It goes out to the sea. The Thames goes out to the sea, right?
Yeah, but it's still salt water. It means it's the sea, doesn't it?
Is that right?
You tell me. I know. I'm a robber, all right? I'm no geographist or whatever.
What do you know about rivers?
What do you know about rivers? Yeah. I don't know. I just guess it's a bit salty, so it means it's the sea, I swear.
What's a lake then?
That's
like a big...
That's fresh water.
And a big... Is that just rain that was in like a hole? Do you know what I mean? Like, how did lakes start?
Isn't it? Man-made, didn't they?
Yeah. Shall we do another pod about that?
We can.
So... I love that idea. So then you're going down there, and then I guess you're in a getaway car, and then you go into a farm. Everything always starts and ends on a farm.
I love a farm.
Is that because it's just in the middle of nowhere and there's
It's
no
in the middle
people
of
around?
nowhere. Can do whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
farmers don't care either.
And farmers are just, and I mean, obviously farmers being hit now, innit, with all this like production and companies
that's
and stuff
true,
like that.
actually.
Farmers are struggling. So
Need a little
again,
bit of cash.
10 grand, just don't even ask.
Yeah. I'll get you a few cows. I can sort out some suction pumps for the udders or wherever it is.
Yeah, get them machines. So like he's producing.
Yeah,
he's doing two at one time. He's not just one.
Yeah, he's not doing the whole thing. What's that?
He said sucking off a cow. That's not what I said.
That's not what farmers do.
Cows, like
udders. Yeah. Squeezing the udder, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think they suck it. The cow doesn't use his mouth to get it out and then just spit in a bucket.
The man, no, like a human sucks it.
Yeah, no, they
use a suck machine, I swear.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. I think
Suck
they
the
pull and suck.
Yeah.
Pull and suck. What are we talking about?
But anyway, yeah. So you go back to the farm.
So you're on a farm.
Yeah. And then this is where the brain play is.
Yeah.
You forget about it. A year or two.
So you're going back to normal life.
Back to normal life. Forget about it. The one thing that criminals do the worst, they go and nick money, and obviously we'll come on to examples of where they've stole money.
Yeah.
And then they go and buy 10 flashy cars.
Yeah.
And someone goes,
yeah,
mate, where have you got that money?
What
that chippy, you haven't been paid on the Friday.
Yeah.
100 grand in cash.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just not possible. And then they go and buy 10 things, or they do something stupid like that, or they go live it up. They go Mayfair, they go Taboo, the clubs, and then they're like popping bottles. It's like, mate, how are you popping bottles after coming off a farm and you still smell like poo from a sewer?
Yeah.
And you're still there, like living
This isn't adding up.
Like this isn't. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so
the
clever.
math ain't mathing, babe.
The math ain't mathing.
The math ain't mathing.
I can't remember who said that. But that's so true, isn't it? Because we're going to talk about, in a couple of episodes' time, we're going to talk about the guys that did that big robbery, and then one of the fellas went and spent a fortune the next day on 10 cars or something.
10 luxury cars.
What's that about?
Mad.
By the way, also, buy one.
I think that would be the hardest thing, though.
What, not spending it?
Yeah, you know you've got a £300 million diamond. But then at the same time, if you're like you or I'm just like, well, mate, in 2 years' time, that's going to be £600 million.
Yeah.
And it's also stolen. And because if you try and sell a criminal robbed thing, you it's like, I don't know, it's predicted like you lose 90% of the value.
Oh, yeah, because
obviously you have to sell it,
yeah.
and it's stolen, and it's this, and it's that. a £300 million diamond, 90% off that is like what, like 10 mil?
Something like that, innit?
I can't do math
No.
or geography.
No.
I just know it's still diamonds.
But then also, this is the thing that always gets me. Like, if I was going to do a robbery, I'd make sure that I'd be robbing cash. I'd be really firm on cash. Yeah, but mate, let's say you've got a £200 million diamond, right, in your pocket now. We're in North London. Where are we going? How do I turn that into actual cash?
Easy, man.
It's easy.
Yeah, easy.
How is it easy? You've definitely done this, by the way.
Links. No, it's links. You've got a charm. Again, this is where you use your charm.
Hit me.
You have someone involved in your group that are involved in
black market.
I don't want to say that. Yeah, and mate, it's easy to get on the black market as well.
Is it?
Onion web, bro.
Onion webbing.
Onion web.
This is dark web stuff.
So onion web, and you can't be tracked. You can't be thingied. You can't be this. You can't be that. It's impossible to track someone selling something on a dark web. And also, you don't even have to sell it. All you have to do is post something like, I don't know, I've got this.
Yeah,
you have like a code name. I've got this mushroom. Anyone will buy this mushroom.
Shiny mushroom.
I've got this green looking pea. Who wants to buy it? But that's like code for I've just stole the Millennium Diamond. Because you could post on the black market, I don't know, just as you've done it.
Yeah.
So you've done it, robbed it, you smell a poo, you've got the diamond, you've gone to the farm.
Yeah.
You wait in a year or two anyway.
Yeah.
Cool. Black market type. I've just stole the Millennium Diamond. It's known as the green pea. Then that's it. That's all you post for a year. Then you come back a year or two after and you post who wants to buy the green pea.
Yeah.
And you're going to get some rich trillionaire, billionaire in like the Maldives, somewhere like that.
I'll
Russia,
take that.
Somewhere like that.
Yeah.
Who's gone, actually, this is like really, really big.
That'd be amazing. Or you could post like,
criminal underworld, isn't it?
anyone want a beer?
Yeah.
De Beers. Anyone want a beer?
Yeah, exactly.
Fancy a beer?
Fancy a beer, yeah.
And then you don't speak for a year, and then you check your DMs. There's a Russian oligarch guy there. There's probably a sheikh. There's probably a guy, a billionaire tech oil guy. Yeah, but can you imagine that feeling of being like, because you're in the normal life, so you just get up and then you go and get this diamond. What are you keeping it in? Just a box?
Underground.
Yeah, but like what in? What would you put? Because it's like a fist, isn't it? So just like a shoebox, like a night box.
Night box. Every good thing's kept in a night box.
Would you go and buy a nice box for it? I think I'd go buy a nice jewellery box. Like a 50 quid.
I'd probably just look around the house.
Yeah,
see if
you can take your mum's
got one or something. Yeah,
yeah. Just like pour it out, keep that in there.
Chuck that all out. We don't need that.
Oh my god, can you imagine leaving that?
But then you'd have to vacuum seal it 100%. But then I don't think a diamond. I think a diamond would just get shiny underground, right? Because they're made underground anyway.
I don't think it's going to deteriorate. I think it just stays as it is, right?
It's not going to disappear.
Oh my god, you could smash it because diamonds just create more diamonds.
Well, yeah, exactly.
So you could actually chop it down and see if you can get more money by chopping it down.
Sell it in little pieces,
and then you can make all these gangsters happy.
So this is where you would come into play. See,
this is it,
right, team.
This
so
is
I
me.
steal the diamond.
Yeah.
Then you're the business mind.
I'm chopping it up.
What do you want? You're chopping it up.
I'm putting baking powder in there.
I would have.
Is that the right thing?
No. That's drugs.
Bit of mustard, for that's like my signature. I put mustard on the diamonds. Yeah, because they look at it and there's like a yellow tint, and I'll be like, "That's mustard, that." And they'll go, "Well, don't do that again because you've ruined it." And then you go and sell it, and
or
then
they look
away.
at you and think, "This guy's psycho. We better buy it, otherwise he's going to take us all down."
Yeah, he's going to take our heads off.
So
He's
this
like
is
the
a thing
Joker.
with the criminal underworld, which I find so crazy as well. Is like there's so two different sides to the story every time.
Yeah.
So like for example, this heist itself, they've been tipped off about things, but it's so easy like to take a step back and think someone could have just told us that to hide or mask something happening over here.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why it's so mad.
But this is what I would do. I would get a gang of guys that would just like reprobates, fresh out of prison, and I would say go into London Zoo and let all the animals free, right? And go and do that.
Yeah.
While you do that, I'm going to go and get cash from the drawers. I'm going to put it in a bag and I'm going to drive to Scotland.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to chill in Scotland in a little bed sit with, do you know what? I'm happy with like 50 grand. I feel like robbers, they go too high because they all watch Ocean's 11 and think, I can do that. I can play poker or wherever it is.
Yeah, same.
Just go smaller. Because I'd rather do 10 50 granders and go make half a million
but then
quid.
you've got more chance of being caught.
Well, I guess it's 10
Whereas
times
I'd rather
more,
do
right? Yeah.
100 million
Yeah.
and disappear. Because then also, this is what I'm saying. So once you've caused that distraction, which I completely forgot about, this is why I need you on my plan.
This is why we're going to do it.
You need a distraction.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, you've been working, you've been doing this and that.
Yeah.
So after a year or two, when you've got the diamond and you want to like pack it all in, you've been working, you've got savings, and you just want a new start in life. You're depressed, you've got no friends, you're lonely.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I'm moving to Costa Rica, baby. I'm living it up under the palm trees.
Is that where
baby.
you're staying? Costa Rica?
I don't know.
Oh no, Costa Rica's nice. I think it's
Thailand,
nice.
Bali, the Fifi Islands. You know them ones that are just floating. I'll just buy one of them and just live on
an island.
Just buy an island.
Oh mate, that's so genius.
But then I'd be kind of bored, so then I'd probably open like a surf shop or something. But build surf shop.
So
surfboards.
This is my question for you, and I know what the answer is. Let's say you've just robbed 100 million quid's worth of diamonds, and you've sold it on the dark web because you're an onion or whatever you said. Yeah. And then the next minute you've got that cash and you've done it. I bet you'd be like, "Oh, what can I rob next?"
Yeah, I know. 100%.
You'd get addicted.
Yeah,
you get addicted.
That's what I get. I have such an addictive personality as well.
Yeah. What would you rob next? You've just done a diamond.
New pair of Predators. New pair of Predators from James.
Oh, I like that though.
Yes.
That could be like training. So like I'm going to go and rob, a Picasso picture for £500 million quid. But to get myself in the spirit, I'm going to get some Smarties off the shelf in my local shop.
And I've got some charity matches coming up, so I need a pair of football boots.
Yeah, I'm going to go and get some Preds. Size 11.5, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'll get you some too.
I love the idea of that. So we're going to go for a verdict. So whose plan is better? Now, mine was something to do with the London Zoo letting loads of animals out, and then can't remember any of the middle bit, but then at the end I chop it up and I try and sell it around. But for me, I'd rather go and rob small amounts of cash.
Really, yeah.
Or you, that was going around
the whole plan.
You're 10 years of age, you're lonely for 10 years, you've got rid of all of your family, killed or not killed.
Flirting with a worker.
You're flirting with a worker, you're wooing her, she's giving you the code, you've cracked the glass. Anna is still around. She's in a sewer. How long has she been in the sewer for? Does she have to stay there for a while? A few days, innit?
Yeah.
So she's down in a sewer.
She's getting paid. She won't mind. She'll moan, but she won't mind.
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
Anna, just think about Costa Rica.
I'll buy her own island, basically.
Yeah. So she gets an island out of it.
Yeah.
So you drop it down. Then you're going out. You're on a speedboat. You're going out to a farm because everything starts and finishes on a farm. And then you're waiting 2 years with Anna, so not completely lonely. Yeah. You reconnecting with your family over them 2 years?
Depends if I got any.
Do you reckon
maybe?
Are you bothered anyway?
I'll leave him. So then the big surprise will be random letter in the post. My dad goes, "Oh, what the fuck is this then? Who's knocking at my door this time?" Yeah. Opens the letter, bang, wad of cash, bang, plane tickets, business class.
Oh my God.
Over to my island. And it's to Clark Island.
Oh my God, they go to Clark Island.
We all live happily ever after, mate.
Oh my God, that would actually be sick.
So then they can hate me for 10 years. Yeah. Because obviously when I turn 10, I'm disappearing.
Yeah.
Just living my own life.
Yeah. We miss him.
10 years.
Yeah.
We miss him. After 10 years, they're probably like, this guy's what a wanker.
Yeah,
he's left us. He's left his family.
Left us in the lurch.
Left us like that.
Yeah.
We're struggling, this and that.
We're picking up the pieces.
Mate, I've just nicked 350 mil. So I think...
Yeah.
15 years, because I'll probably be about 25 when I did it.
Yeah, fine.
And I'll probably do it now, this age, 23. Yeah. So I left at 10, 23, that's 13. Waited 2 years.
Perfect.
Now I'm in Costa Rica, Clark Island, Fifi Island.
Yeah, perfect.
So I don't think that'd be that annoying.
Family comes, do you know what they do? They do like a slow clap, and they'd have a tear in the eye and they'd just go.
Yeah. And then I'd also save one of the diamonds that you've chopped up.
Oh, you chop a little bit off.
And we could give a necklace to Kate and Anna, so then we're always connected. So basically, at the end of all of this, we've just realised that the plans from both of us intertwined, as always.
Yeah, well, it's funny how that happens, isn't it?
That's so strange how it works together, isn't it?
Mate, I absolutely love it. So thanks so much for joining us on this episode of Harry and Paul Are Devious. Remember, we want to hear your thoughts on our outrageous plan. Who's escaping with the loot and who's getting locked up after doing something daft? I'm looking at you, Harry.
Also, to keep up with everything me and Paul are doing, make sure you follow us on Instagram at Harry and Paul Pod. Cheers, mate. We'll be back next week with another answer to a question that I'm sure every single one of you has thought about in the past. What would you do if you ended up on the run? You've already said about that, Paul.
I can't wait for that one, mate.
So we'll see you then. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Paul are Devious is a Stack production and part of the Acast Creator Network.
Well, there you go. Date somebody who's got access to the vault. Easy peasy. There's plenty more where that came from, so search for more episodes of Harry and Paul are Devious wherever you're listening to this right now. But while you're still here, just tap follow before you go so you can find your next podcast once you're all caught up with Harry and Paul. And you can find all my recommendations along with news, reviews and loads more on Podcast Rex. That's at www.podcastrex.com. That's www.podcastrex.com.